Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be testing out a T1 Gamma fit for the Hound. The Hound is a Minmatar stealth bomber. I don't think I've ever used this ship before. I think this may be the first time I'm ever piloting this ship, so it'll be something new for me. But I mean, all the stealth bombers are pretty much the same. There's not a whole big difference in how they pilot, but there are some slight nuances to this ship right here. One is that it's got 3 low slots, which is really great because unlike the Nemesis, which has just got 2 low slots, you have to sometimes a bit of a problem with like getting some tank or capacitor damage here. So now you've got some decent amount of low slots to be able to fit 2 ballistic control systems. The ship I used for the Nemesis or the Fit had only 1 ballistic control system, so it didn't go too well in terms of the damage. So this is actually quite similar to my Purifier fit. The Purifier, instead of this power diagnostic system right here, has a small armor repair. Then we've got an MWD, medium shield extender, which is actually providing insane bonus to our shield. This is 2300 HP. Target painter, small warhead Rigor, and flare catalyst. So then we're going to be using this to just blast our way into the abyss. We'll put actually Caldari Navy, that'll be better weapon system to go with. Because usually application is the issue, not the tank in the abyss. We've got a power diagnostic system right here, and we don't need this actually per se. The reason I've got it is just because this, if I were to use the diagnostic system, well, we do need it for the power grid. That's the main reason I got it. But I was thinking, okay, we could just go with the cheap one with the Tech 2 one, which is like, it'll be better. The issue with the power grid right here, this is not so nice. We're not able to fit this properly. I was thinking then, okay, maybe we could put something else like a reactor control unit, or maybe a auxiliary power core. But the thing is, the great thing about the power diagnostic system is that it gives capacitor bonus, which is actually needed because we're not fully cap stable with the MWD and target painter on. But then also the power diagnostic system benefits us in another way, and it improves our shield HP as well, and that's how we're tanking. So it's like great. It's the perfect type of module for us because we're benefiting from the capacitor, which is needed, the power grid, which is needed, and then we also need the shield HP. So it feels like a really nice, efficient module to use. The issue is that the Tech 2 variant, which is cheap, is not able to fit in right here. So we could obviously use an implant, and something I was also thinking we could use maybe to put like a 5MN compact. You'll be able to fit this, but then the capacity is not as good. It's really nice to use the meta ones because or the non-compact ones, because then you have good capacitor, and the quad LIF is really good because it makes our signature radius even smaller. So that's some benefit you get. So we could put a Tech 2 within the basic implant, but I prefer to not have to rely on a fitting implant just in case. So we're going to be going with the Caldari Navy power diagnostic system. So as I said before, you do not actually have to you don't need this, but you could, I think that it's a really nice module to have for the benefits it gives, and you could obviously put power grid implant if you wanted to make this a bit cheaper, and you could put something else if you want. You could also put a damage control as well, and maybe like compact this, or put some good implants in the reducer, or maybe even put some compact torpedo launchers as well. That could be an option too. I like going with the Tech 2 ones because they do a bit extra damage, but I'm going with a bit more like what I would say would be something that I feel like I'm just putting everything I can into this ship without going too crazy bling, but I'm still blinging a little bit. But I definitely think you could do this cheap. But probably I think the easiest way to get this cheap would be to go with the compact torpedo launchers, because that's what takes the most amount of power grid, I believe. If we go with torpedo launcher, prototype Ballistic torpedo launcher. This right here. Okay, no, the power grid is actually the same. The main thing is the CPU that's changed. Okay, so never mind. You can't change in that regard. Okay. So then it's just good that we're using the Tech 2 torpedo launchers here, since we're like fully utilizing our CPU. We're going to have some crazy tank in the gamma sites because we have 2.3k HP here, and we'll buff that by 50%. So we'll have, how much will be like over 3k HP, almost a Gila level HP in the gamma site. The issue is though our resists are not going to be as good as a Gila, obviously, but it's still going to be very powerful, especially since we're going to be mainly relying on kiting, not actually face tanking stuff. Let's go in here. I've got a crash booster just in case, but I don't really need that. I was just thinking in case there's some like really annoying ships like a Dramiel or something that has got us pinned down. We can't do anything about. Come on now, break the Medusa. Oh, he's very sneaky, this guy, because he likes to come in close, and he's also very fast. Come on, do damage, please. 300 volley. Okay. Keep it range, keep it range. Keep it range. Oh, we're getting some hits now. Move to this. What is it here? Multi-body tracking pile. We do not need that. We could also get cap stability by putting like probably a bit of a bling MWD, but that's just feel like it's overkill for this ship right here. Corelli, for example, A-type. Corelli A-type could work. I've got a lot of capacity to spare. Go towards the buy commit of cash. There we go. Launch over 1 volley. And put the target pace on this guy. So that went pretty smoothly with the little frigate going down. I think this guy is going to go down a lot quicker because just the biggest something is, the more damage we do. So these tiny little sneaky frigates that give us the most amount of trouble in the abyss. Let's check our shield HP. 6.5k HP, so it's pretty decent. We've got some 3.4k HP and 20 HP per second recharge, so that's really great to see. And again, we're mainly relying on kiting. I feel like it might be a bit of an issue when it comes to the tiny little Dramiel frigates that get really close to us. It'll probably not be the best amount of times there. Or we're getting guidance disrupted as well, so it's even worse application than we would usually have. That's actually a bit of an issue that might have been an indication that we should have taken out this guy first. Okay, move here. I like that it's got a bit of camo, this ship here. I think the camo looks cool. You can see this camo here. Looks really cool, I think. But a lot of damage is wasted. We're doing like almost 10 times less damage than we would actually be doing. Let's see now, where's this resist profile? Armor is, we did 900, okay, not 10 times. But like 4 times less damage than we'd actually be doing just due to application issues. It's unfortunate, but that's just the reality of the stealth bombers in the abyss. The application is hardly ever optimal. It's really those just battleship waves that's optimal. Otherwise, it's not a good time we're gonna be having. Like, we've already spent 3 minutes. My like T0 to T6 abyss retribution does this. It's so quicker, and the ship is like a fraction of the cost. This is more like just for fun, you know, just to do these. I feel like the purifier I have is a bit more like efficient, just because the electrical sight enables me to have so much like sort of quote unquote tech in my ship to make it do the sights efficiently. But otherwise, I think the stealth bombers are more like just for fun. They're not as efficient as like normal assault frigates that would be quite optimal because they just have so much better application, better tank. Going to be overall a lot more relaxing as well. Can be really frustrating when stuff gets under your guns, and I think we're applying so good here just because of the blue cloud, not that we're necessarily we're applying decently to these guys. And then this blue cloud right here, I think that's what's causing them to just get completely annihilated so quickly. And even though they're in the blue cloud, we're still not doing full damage to them. Ephialtes has like 0% resists after the weather effect, I think, and we got blue cloud then increasing our damage, and it was only taking like 2k volley, and we should potentially at maximum be able to do 4.4k volley. So it's still not as good as it could be. Imagine if we were able to apply fully with rage. That'll be crazy. Come on now, take him out, take him out. There we go, great. Go to the next room. Hopefully I get a battleship wave. Will be really nice to just destroy a battleship wave. The Rogue Drone Overmind battleship, he has really low explosive resist in his armor, so the armor will go down so quickly. The shield, on the other hand, has a very high explosive resist, so it'll go very slowly, especially since it's going to be buffed as well due to the natural way the gamma sight works. It'll be not nice. But Triglavians, though, they should go down pretty quickly because they've got naturally very low explosive resist, so it'll be hopefully a good time. Oof, he's already just got his shield volleyed right there. Almost destroyed, almost destroyed. The Velas can be a little bit deadly. He's got like quite a bit of application with these tiny drones, but we've got quite a fat tank right here with our big shield HP pool. Can we keep a little bit of range and get some application in this Damavik? It would be nice if we had some extra secondary weapon, like on the Purifier I got. I can actually fit it, and then I can take out these extraction nodes. I can't when these guys are just always just hammering my torpedoes and these guys. Okay, let's go for the extraction node now. That capacitor, like, look at that capacitor, just depletes so fast. Depletion is all this capacitor is experiencing in these T1 gammas. I think the Hound has a by default quite bad capacitor. You know, 299 gigajoules. Purify. I think on Mars ships they tend to have pretty good capacitors by default because they're like used to using energy weapons. Yeah, 443. So there's like a big difference right there. I think the recharge rate might be worse on the Purify though. Yeah, 199 seconds. So it takes a lot longer to recharge the whole capacitor. And popped. But the application was still pretty decent to the small stuff, even though it wasn't the best. But it's like that's just the way it is with stealth bombers. You always don't have the best application to the small stuff. But I think the reason is just that we've got 2 of these rigs that improve our tracking or application. The Rigor catalysts right here, the flare as well. So they're always good to see. Grab this. Grab the loot. And let's get out of here. But this is the kind of strategy I was thinking that might be an option with the Nemesis, because the Nemesis was having issues with this capacitor. So I was thinking, okay, we could go to some like setup that's not relying too much on like an active module that uses any capacitor, like a medium shield extender. And I feel like this definitely feels a bit more reliable than Nemesis. The application was a bit worse because it was really nice. The Nemesis was able to fit the dual target painters. That's no joke right there. The dual target painters is no joke. I don't know. I think it's. I feel like this is probably a slight better setup than the Nemesis. The Manticore is also alright, but I think I would prefer the Hound over the Manticore as well. But Purify I think is the best just due to the overpowered nature of the electrical size. And then after that, I'd go with the Hound because the Hound has just an ability to have such a good amount of shield HP. And then on top of that, it's got just overall the slot layout to favor quite a bit of DPS. So that's Hound in the Abyss T1 cameras. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.